Tommy, were you given any explanation as far as what led to the technical?
Yeah, I mean, he said I didn't say anything, but he said I look and maybe, at our head of officials, and that's fine. I mean, hey, you know what, it was going to happen, and Rob's a really good official, and, I mean, getting it technical is not something I ever aspire to do, but it happened, and, hey, we'll move on. I mean, I'm not going to dwell on it.
Yeah, Tommy, can you think that your defense sparked your offense in the second or late in the second half to get this going?
Well, I mean, I felt like all game we were right there with defense, offensive stuff, and we were a little sloppy in transition early. I don't know. Sometimes you play in these arenas and you're playing with a new basketball. It just doesn't have a great feel, and maybe it takes a little time for the guys to get comfortable. But we definitely got our transition game going in that second half, and we knew it was a team. I mean, Alabama tries to rebound 5 guys, which makes it incredibly challenging. They literally, the start of each half, just pounded us on the glass. I mean, like, embarrassing. And fortunately, our guys stepped up and responded. But then, if they're going to the glass with 5 guys and we're getting rebounds, I mean, and they're shooting 43, some are going to be long rebounds, hopefully it'll lead to some transition. And luckily, we got the game going a little bit, and that kind of helped us make a nice run in the second half.
I mean, there was a play when you guys made that run in the second half where Pelle knocked the ball away. I think it was from Nelson, retrieved it, dove to the floor, retrieved it, and then got back up and tipped the ball in. I don't know if you remember that play, but what did that effort just say?
Well, it was awesome because, I mean, we kind of just called, a late call from the bench to pick up, and, we saw, number 2, Nelson, who's a good player, but, he's generally not a guy that brings the ball up the court, and Pelle can really pressure the ball. So Pelle went up there, got after him a little bit. He mishandled it, and then Pelle made an incredible hustle play. I mean, Pelle plays so hard. It's really inspiring. And for him to, I'm not surprised one bit that he's, on both ends, the dive on the floor and the tip in on the same play.
Tommy, can you just talk about the importance that KJ and Jaden had tonight?
They were awesome. I mean, I wish I would have played them more. The subbing was a little bit weird because it was a game of runs. And I know that's a cliche, but it really was today. And so we ended up on a couple runs, so I didn't want to sub ourselves out of it. And Jaden and KJ were in there for a great run, and then we kind of put a group in there at the end to kind of finish it on another run, and it was a good free throw shooting group. But Jaden was awesome. I mean, he was really spectacular today. And, I think, he's getting healthier, day by day, and hopefully, he's a tough kid. What he's been trying to play through, he's had to miss some practice time and been doing a bunch of rehab stuff. So he's a warrior, and he always says he's not hurting, but sometimes I look out in practice, it doesn't look like he's moving great, but he's hung with it, and he's a high character winner, and I'm I don't think there's any bad blood between him and Alabama, or nothing at all, but I'm really glad he's on our side. And then KJ, I mean, he did it again. I mean, he just impacts games. I mean, we're out there, and I don't know the exact time and score, but, you have a freshman who's going down the lane and making tough contested layups in traffic, and it's really special. And his shot's been right on. I mean, all those looks have been good. His last 3 or 4 threes in the last couple games. So I'm super proud of him and super proud of JB, and they're winners, and we're lucky to have them.
Alabama's bigs, Waggy and Pringle, have kind of struggled with foul trouble all season. I think they fouled out multiple games in a row now, and they both fouled out tonight. Was that something you kind of game planned for?
Well, yeah, I mean, we obviously wanted to pound it inside and, take advantage of O. And O's coming on. I've been around O a long time. And, I think we're about, we're on the precipice here of getting, precipice, which means it's about to happen, okay? Make sure he's got it. Of Maui O, and he's right there for it. And, he was really close today. Had some balls close that kind of just didn't bounce his way, but he's a physical force, and I mean, he demands a lot of attention, and so hey, he was physically able to battle Zach Edey for most of that game. So when there's no Zach Edey, there's a big O. And he's definitely an incredible force out there, and I think that he impacts the game at both ends of the floor, and I think he rebounded really well today, changed a bunch of shots around the rim, and just his physical force of putting his body on guys in the paint just wears them out, and then that free throw's looking pretty tight to me.
Tommy, I got one for you and one for the players. First, you guys had every reason to kind of let this game dictate your style of play. But instead, your style of play dictated the game, despite it being choppy, despite getting out to tough starts in the first and second half. How proud were you of your guys that you were able to kind of force the issue and get things back in your favor?
I mean, I'm really proud. I mean, I'm really proud of a response. Like, hey, in any season, any game, it's not just a constant, uptick. I mean, there's ups and downs, and you got to be able to weather those. You got to be able to ride them out. You got to be able to change the course. And our guys did an incredible job. And the style we play, I mean, it can be a little crazy at times. But I think that's good. I think that allows us in these games to stay comfortable over the course of the game. It's hard to maybe take us out of what we want to do because if you take that away, we'll just flow into the next thing pretty easily. And that's the way we work at it every day. And for the guys to come out and answer the bell numerous times is pretty impressive.
Oumar and Pelle, for both of you, this game, it felt like you guys were able to wear on them a little bit. Felt like you were able to, especially in some of those half-court sets where you forced, I think, a couple shot clock violations, just get them out of rhythm and get them kind of forcing up shots. How did you notice that throughout the game?
I mean, they obviously have a really good offense, but we have a really good defense, and we got guys that can, guard one-on-one. So we just had to trust that and not overhelp, and then we got some good stops and some good steals.
I wondering your thoughts on that. Not only that sequence with Nelson where he got the ball and then tipped him later, but just in general, did it feel different for you guys that it wasn't flowing the way it was and it kind of became a defensive foul tough game to pull out?
I mean, it was a little bit choppy, but we got up and down a lot too. So you just gotta stick to what we do, and we started off slow with the rebounds, but we won the rebounds by 10. So I think we did a good job.
That sequence with Nelson again, that kind of feed that run you guys had. I mean, did you kind of feel like maybe things? What happened in that play? Did you feel like maybe kind of helped you break through?
I mean, plays like that is gonna come like every game, and you just got to be the most aggressive guy and dive for the ball first. And I think we did that multiple times, and I think that's why we won. We just wanted it a little bit more on those plays.
You guys don't got any questions for Big O?
Yeah, that's
Let's go.
Oumar. Alabama put in a player late in the first half specifically to foul you so that they could try to get the ball back, which is not something you see a lot maybe in college. Knowing that they were going to probably go after you like that, I mean, what's the mindset knowing that they think that you're going to miss these shots?
I've been really working on my free throw lately, and I saw that the guy purposely tried to foul me, and my mindset was, okay, if he want to foul me, like, I got to make him pay for it. And I came out, and then I made some free throws.
For the players, how would you assess the overall crowd today, the atmosphere in Phoenix? And how would you compare it to like a home crowd atmosphere?
I mean, this was like home game for us, and wherever we play, Arizona fans shows up. And today they showed up, and they help us a lot, seeing them like on their feet, cheering for us. It means a lot for us and for the program. So we're nothing but grateful for them for coming out tonight to support us.
Tommy, how important was this bounce back game for you, mentally or otherwise?
I think it's really important. We've obviously gotten off to a good start and we have a good team, but you have to keep producing results. And in losing, there's no shame in losing to Purdue. I mean, obviously you wish there was one or two things that we could have did better or different, but that's how it goes. And for us to bounce back today, it was great, and we have a great opportunity against a really good FAU team on the weekend to kind of wrap up our non-conference. But I'm really proud, and it was great coming up here to Phoenix. And this is kind of a vision of mine and Brent. We've been talking about this a lot, and Matt King was a great partner with Position Sports to put this on. And this is something I would like to do, and I would really like to grow. And my dream is you know, if Arizona Wildcats are playing in Phoenix, that this arena sold out. And I don't think we're far off from that. And, you know, maybe if we can make it an annual deal, I mean, no guarantees. I mean, but if we could, and make a little bit of a tradition of it, I think it'd be pretty special. You know, Arizona basketball is something that we should celebrate. And the state of Arizona should celebrate. And to be able to kind of share it up here with our biggest alumni base was pretty cool.
Just following up for Tommy and you guys too, just these 3 games you're playing away from home leading into the break at Christmas. A lot of teams maybe play a tough one and then they take it easy and then they go home. You guys are playing 3 high majors away from home. What's that feel like? And at any point do you feel like, wow, this is a lot we're digging into here?
I just think it's more fun. You know, you want to seek out the challenge, test yourself, and just get better, because we're going to play a lot of good teams in Pac-12 and beyond that. So it's just fun.
All right, guys. Thank you.